Welcome back, everybody. This is John with Glassbeast Games, and this is Factorio. In fact, this is Factorio Space Age, as you can see by the menu screen. I have not, I have not even launched a rocket yet. So, as far as Space Age goes, we're going to be a while from that. But there are some features with this expansion that we'll be able to have on the home world that we start on. So, nothing too much missed. But here's the thing I will say. You can maybe tell that this is a different microphone, and this may just be for these next couple episodes, at least for the way I'm recording. I'm recording after the fact because the original audio is tied in with the game audio. I can't separate the two, and I probably really should be able to do that, but I didn't. So what I basically did was fail on the audio ducking as far as for having that microphone work. So without further ado, I'll just go ahead and go over what I did in this episode real quick, and I'll kind of just do a quick overview. I'm going to try to narrow these episodes down pretty quick, but basically right now I'm redoing that what I left off last episode with, which is that really bad sort of belt. Like it was a mess. So what I am planning on doing, or at least in this video, what I'm doing right now is I am redoing the belt so the output is going in the opposite direction. It's not going back in towards the input, because that, like, while it's convenient for like maybe just a small amount of time, if I want to expand anything, it's just the worst idea ever. So don't do it. It just, if there's one lesson that you learn from me, I don't know what it is as far as it goes, but don't do it. I don't know what it is, but yeah, don't do it. You just don't do it. Don't do what I do. I do stupid stuff. So, but as you can see, I have a new output belt system. The whole belt's complete, but the smelter array is not. I definitely will need to, in this video. Yeah, I'm pointing out that iron line. That iron line is going to deplete in no time. So I need to go ahead and complete my smelter array for iron. Copper, really not so much. I do eventually get that done as well, but really it's the iron that I need to make sure that I get taken care of, because that iron depletes. Like, if you think that you got to worry about copper, I mean, yes, do worry about how much copper you're producing, but really keep an eye on the iron, because as I've said many, many times before, I can't stress it enough. You run out of iron so much, it's not even funny. Like, you'd be sitting there thinking that, okay, we got plenty of iron, and the next thing you know, your production just eats it all up, and it's like, okay, we need more iron. So we need to produce more iron, and you'll see this, not this episode, but I believe next episode, either next episode or the one after that. I've recorded 3 episodes in one session, and this is the next day. So I was editing through the video, and I just heard, well, really more lack of hearing anything I was trying to say. So it kind of begs the question, should I do this style of commentary after the fact, or use this microphone rather? I mean, the main thing is I need to fix the audio ducking and probably run into 2 different audio tracks. I mean, that's going to definitely be needed if I want to be able to fix it after the fact, because ultimately that's the problem. Like, I can't fix it after the fact. It's all tied to one audio track. But as you can see here, we got all these we basically got all these stone furnaces that I'm putting in, so I'm finishing up this smelter array. I have that assembly machine working on inserters because I definitely need those for this. And these next 3 episodes, I'm not going to lie, there's not a lot overall that gets done. It's some renovation, housekeeping, I guess, and expansion of resources. So I'm going to probably really edit down these videos. There is a decent bit of time that I spend where I'm not talking anyway, so I could probably speed through that and just kind of show you the end results. I don't want to just say, hey, I just went from this to that, but at least a little bit of the process. But these next couple of videos are going to be probably pretty short. In fact, like, I'm recording right now this commentary. I don't know what's in the background because I need to edit that down still. With that being said, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then kind of voiceover for the end result just to give just a general idea. Now I can tell you right now, the first thing that you'll want to do when you make a smelter array is if you don't have a lot of resources coming from your miner drills, like if you're just smelting a couple, if you're using a couple furnaces at a point, you're going to want to expand your mining almost immediately, including the coal. If you look at how much coal that's getting brought up to that belt on the right, there's like barely any. Now it's still going up, which means that that coal is going to reach there, but as you can see, we start getting a little bit more and a little bit more because we've just doubled our, if not, we doubled our production, and we can triple our production, if not quadruple it, based off of that patch right there. And eventually we start getting to that, and we need to up our iron production. I mean, look at all those gaps. What you want to see on a smelter array is a full belt. If not a full belt, you want to see like very, very crowded. Like you don't want to see it having all those gaps. Those gaps are only indicative of a lack of resources. So you'll want to definitely get more resources going as soon as you can. Now, something that comes with renovating and removing buildings and moving buildings around that contain a lot of items, you'll see I have a lot of coal. If you ever run into this, just make a chest and then use a stack inserter or a fast inserter. And what you can do is you'll actually be able to just bleed that onto the line of production if you have any gaps, like I have with this iron ore here, and it's pretty useful. One thing I will mention is not only is my inventory getting full, but that power consumption. We are using just about as much power as we're producing, which is right about the time when you see that it's time to expand upon that. So what I'm doing here is I'm making more steam engines, more boilers. Essentially, I'm going to go ahead and complete my steam engine array next. That way, instead of running 3.6 megawatts, you can run a total of 36. It will literally increase production tenfold. Now, something that's really interesting I found out not too long ago, and I feel like should be obvious, but just I wasn't sure. If you craft something that requires multiple materials, as you can see down in the bottom left corner, if you stop midway through that crafting process, anything you've crafted to make that final product will actually be in your inventory, which is nice. So if you want to craft that or continue crafting that, it's not like you lost all that material or it goes back to its original form. This can be a detriment, however, if you are crafting something and it just totally fills up your inventory. It requires a lot of different materials, so just keep that in mind. But that was just something I wanted to show real quick. I thought it was kind of interesting, kind of neat if you didn't know. But if you did, then, well, okay, cool. Just checking the map just to see what my surrounding looks like. Something you can do that's really nice on the map is check your electrical network. You see that icon there. It allows you to see the wires and cables, and you know, if it looks like spaghetti or if it looks really nice and precise. Some parts of it look nice, other parts of it not so much. As you can see there off to the left, it's kind of all over the place. But we have a lot of power now, and you know, there's that really good quote. It's like, with great power comes great production. I think that's what it is, right? That's the quote? Yeah, close enough. But yeah, so we're going to produce a little bit more. We added another gear wheel to our production, and we definitely need it because we're using multiple multiple assembling machines are using the gear, so we need to assemble a decent amount. I did end up adding another one, but it really didn't do too much until I maxed out my miners and my my assemblers. Until those got maxed out in those chests, like basically they were taking all the gears. And another problem I was running into was that my research speed is slow. I was only going into one laboratory, and I think the research speed, you'll find that different technologies have different research times, like some are 10 seconds, some are 15, and I think the projectile damage was 30 seconds per research pack, and it was 100 packs, so that's 3,000 seconds. You divide that by 60, that's 50 minutes. I really wanted to make some more laboratories, but I decided to use the materials I had to go ahead and craft what I believe were the rest of the inserters, at least a good number of them, so I could go ahead and start adding them to my smelter array. Whenever you use laboratories, you can use inserters to essentially pass research packs to other laboratories, so they kind of cycle through. It's really nice, it's really convenient, it kind of looks cool when you see the production or the research start to happen. All those packs just kind of, they hop from one lab to the other, and you can technically have them in a infinite loop if you wanted to, but you wouldn't really get a lot of research done that way. And as you can see right here, I have added another assembling machine that will take directly from the inserter assembly machine to make fast inserters. Now, it's not going to be anything like major. This whole area is kind of cluttered, but it's a nice starting point for me to just get some of the basic materials and basic resources out of the way that I can use in later builds. It's going to be really nice. So what we got is just a little bit right here. And yeah, that's about it for right now. I mean, I think I got a little bit more in this episode, but I think this is the gist of it. I got my everything set up, going pretty good, I'd say. So we have a pretty decent amount of fast inserters already. I went ahead and replaced some of the regular inserters, especially with the crafters that craft stuff really quick. Go ahead and get some fast inserters there. But that should do it for this episode. So I will see you guys next time. Basically what I'm going to be doing, if I recall, I think I start expanding my smelting and my production of mining. So I'll see you then. This is John with Glass Piece Games.